So what I started to notice was when I was given more freedom, I became more creative. And what I noticed about these students that created this festival is that they're given more freedom. They weren't okay with the normal A4 school where they were told what to do and who to be. And when you're not told what to do or who to be, you're given space to ask yourself, what should I do and who should I be? And those are the most important questions you can ask yourself. Who should I be and what should I do? You know, who should I be in this moment? You're not being told these things. Suddenly you have a chance to do it yourself. Now, a lot of people as well, they go into like, well, no one cares about me, and it can also trigger some type of traumatic experience. Oh, I don't have the support, or no one's telling me, and all this stuff. So it is amazing to have a support system, people who care about you, but I promise you, if you have too many opinions and too many people telling you what to do and who you are, your freedom, you're not going to feel as free. So in the moment, deciding, who am I? And creating that person, having space to create that person is amazing. And then doing the things that you are called to do. And it's coming from a place of what should I do and who should I be? I create my life. If I want to be someone who creates their life, then what do I have to do? I have to create. I have to take opportunities. And this is the whole calling. Because once you connect it to freedom, so what do you guys think when I say the word freedom? With your bodies now, act freedom. So if I say freedom, what would your body do? So freedom, so I have an amazing teacher and she teaches me this, and this is just blown my mind, that there's two things. We live on either predictability, what we think is going to happen because it has happened before and because it already exists, or there's potentiality, things that you can imagine but you don't know because it hasn't been created yet. And freedom for me is a state of potentiality. When you feel free, I think of someone flying. I think of something, freedom. Nothing is holding me back. I'm going. And from there, we're connected to everything that has not been created. We're connected to unlimited, whatever you want to call it. I call it energy, chi, prana, whatever you want to call it. We're connected to it. When we are unpredictable, we're thinking about things that already happened. So when we get more freedom, when we get more space, when we surround ourselves more with people who listen and they don't always tell you their opinion, they don't always tell you, well, yeah, you can't, look what happened to her, you can't do that, or, oh my God. If you're surrounded by people who constantly keep you in a predictable space, as a creative spirit, speaking from my own experience, it doesn't work for me. It doesn't fuel me, and it doesn't allow me to be so creative. I can still create being around these people because it's like my innate being, but it's harder. When you're with certain people and you can just create so much easier. Like I had a best friend. He's an amazing musician. I don't know why the fuck he doesn't play more. I think he should be doing so much with that potential. And when he's with me, he said he can create so easily. Songs, jams, wanting to pick up the guitar. Because I'm free. I'm more and more free. Of course, I still live in predictability, and this is something I'm working on, my unlimitedness all the time. But when you bring a sense of freedom to the table, you're bringing potential to the table. And if you're with someone that can catch that and can vibe with that, channeled things like Nofilter Festival will come out of it. Channeled things like, dozens of my projects and almost all of my courses come out of. I would be lying if I didn't say that, there is work behind it. You do have to trust. You do have to be willing to step out of the predictability and go more into the what if place, which is quite scary. But that's the place where there is nothing yet. And that's the place where there is space to create. Going back, let's take a step back. I moved when I was 17 and I was given a lot of space. I noticed my mother, she got a lot more calm when we moved to Norway compared to the States. I was living with her the first couple of months and she kind of let me do things that I never thought, and she trusted me. And I was given responsibility for myself. And I can agree that some people don't take it the best way. But I thought to myself, this is a chance for me to create myself. Who do I want to be and what do I want to do? Well, I want to be creative. I want to be loving. I want to be respectful and honest. These things are super important for me. What do I want to do? Well, I don't know yet, but I love art. At that point, I was creating a lot of art. I love music. I was learning to play the guitar. And I love adventure. So a lot of me and my friends, we're getting ready for our big backpacking trip around Europe. We're kind of just planning the world. I went to Barcelona. That was the first week, travel by myself. And I actually got this tattoo, which is a symbol of freedom for me, which is kind of funny because I don't think about it all the time, but looking back and I see how it all connects so much. It's so interesting when you look back at your life and you see everything is connected. Give yourself more freedom and put yourself in a space where you have to figure out who you are and what you want to be.